Well, good afternoon, everybody. Doug Jenkins from the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. We are live from our latest ribbon cutting. It's always fun to wrap up the week with a ribbon cutting, especially one, I think, as monumental as this and celebrating quite the history of this. Richard Kirk with Kirk Brothers Companies. We'll have you name all the companies. If I try and do it from memory, we're going to be here for a while. But 55 years in business is what we're out here to celebrate. Just 55 years. That's incredible. Your thoughts as you think back on all that as we're cutting the ribbon today?
Well, it's been extremely fun. I've enjoyed every minute of it. Sometimes it gets tough, but the biggest thing are the clients we have and our employees. We have the best employees out there. And I got to tell you, the younger generation, I don't buy into this that they're not as good as the older generations. They're different, but their capability, we're really happy with the younger generation we have starting to work for us. We have about 320 employees. We got about 180 folks working in the field every day. Last month, we were on over 60 different projects in 3 states. So we've been very fortunate to continue to grow, and we're very proud of it.
Well, speaking of that growth, you've had so many projects, not just around 3 states, but local. And it seems as the companies have grown here, so has the community. There's been a very symbiotic relationship there. What does it, when you're driving around town, you're like, hey, that's ours. We did that. What does that mean to you when you see those projects come to life?
Well, what we focus on is raising the water level for everybody. So we built Glenwood. We did the general construction and the masonry for Glenwood. And I guess I don't think about what it means that we did that. What I think about is how it has improved the community and how we want the best for the community to bring more people here and more companies here, good employment. So whether it's a Glenwood or Performing Arts Center or Hancock County Justice Center, we look at who our clients are. And the Justice Center and the Art Center, our clients are the community. Mm-hmm. We work for the commissioners. They're the commercial means that we get things done there and get paid. But our clients are the community. So Glenwood School, there's no better honor than working for the children. The YMCA Learning Center. I said at the groundbreaking 2 weeks ago, we're going to make sure every trade knows that our client are those children. And we're building something for them for the next 40 years. That's important. I think that's what comes along with the quality, recognizing who truly is the client and getting the buy-in from all our employees, our subcontractors, our partners. You can't stop success when you do that.
Well, it's evident when we talk with the employees here and they're all out at the ribbon cutting that there's a culture here. And, it's from the top down that everybody is committed to the community, which is excellent to see. I know it's something that you guys strive for. Let's talk the 55-year history. You didn't just set up shop with 300 plus employees and say, hey, we're a major construction and everything else that you do. Corporation just builds over time. What are some of the highlights of that to you where like one day you set up shop and then things just start rolling?
So my father started Kirk Brothers back in 1969. He was in World War II. He was on a destroyer escort, the smallest ship in the Navy, in the fleet. And when he came out of World War II, that generation had the confidence that, you just can't recreate. Mm-hmm. They won a battle on 2 fronts, the European and the Pacific. And I can remember my father and my uncles talking about it. They all knew where each other were at. It was a big deal. So all those men and women came back, and some of them went to college. My father went to the University of Toledo, graduated with an engineering degree. And just think of all those men and women that came back and went to college, all graduated about the same time.
Right.
They were the mayors. They were the plant managers. They were the shakers and doers back then. And they knew each other. They had that,
That's
connection.
a very good point, yeah.
So my father actually started working for Fink, Biner, Pettis and Stroud, an engineering company in Toledo that built water and wastewater plants.
Okay.
So that's how we got started in the business. My father built and designed water plants, and then worked at the architectural side of Fink Biner. So he had experience in both, and decided there's 6 of us children. I have 5 siblings, 2 sisters, and three brothers. There's 4 boys. And my father and mother decided to start Kirk Brothers right here at this location. There's a small house up by the road that used to be there, not anymore, 55 years ago.
Right.
And my father kept working at his job for 4 or 5 years as he started Kirk Brothers. We started small. I was 10 years old, and the older brothers, a little older than I am, did all the work and hired, all the folks. So I grew up in the business. And when I got out of high school, they put me on the road building things.
Right.
So I asked my father, why can't I build something just up the road in Fostoria? Why do I have to go to Southeast Ohio? And he's like, you'll learn more going down there by yourself and building something. He was right.
Strike out on your own a little.
Yeah, he was right. So, it was just, my father narrowly focused us on the clients, good quality employees, give them the tools they need to be successful, and always raising the water level as much as you can in the community. And I just think that's sustainable. So, we focus on our clients, we focus on our employees, giving them what they need to be successful, and along the way, raising the community as a whole. Make sure everybody has an opportunity. So we have Kirk Brothers that my father started, and it does the same thing today it did when he started it. ACI Construction, we pulled out of Kirk Brothers. Kirk Brothers did, when he started it, the construction work that ACI does today and what Kirk Brothers does. In the mid-'80s, those 2 companies were separated so that ACI just does building construction and Kirk does water and wastewater. And that's the way it continues today. In the mid-'90s, we started the trucking business, ACI Trucking. And then in the early 2000s, we started a masonry group, Kirk Brothers Masonry. Most of the work they do is in Central Ohio. There's so much going on down there.
Oh, most definitely.
And then 7 years ago, we started Bodie Electric and also formed Bodie Mechanical, HVAC and plumbing. So those are all the divisions. They work together, and that's strategically, but they also carry, a different line of business. But put together, there's nothing that we can't do with our own forces. So a lot of companies focus on hiring trades. They don't like to hire, hiring subcontractors. They don't like to have their own employees. That's a lot of hard work. We focus on our own trades because that is make sure we're successful.
It's done the right way, and it is just impressive to see what you've done. And we're so thankful to be able to come out here and celebrate 55 years with you today. So if people want to learn more about any of the companies, what's the best way to get in touch?
Our websites, Kirk Corp has a website, and so do all the other companies. Just plug in ACI or Kirk Brothers or Bodie, and the websites will come up.
Thanks again for having us out today. Congratulations.
Thank you for
on
coming
55 years. Another 55 years. We'll talk to you again in 55 years, right?
That's
the deal. All right, we'll set that in place. For Richard, I'm Doug. It's a Friday. It's afternoon. So by the powers invested in me in the Findlay Hancock County Chamber of Commerce, I've declared the work week over. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Can I do that?
Yes.
You've been on our board before. All right. Yeah. All right. Then I can do that. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you next week.